you even see through this snow?
Trust me.
Follow the lights, Ryder.
We're out of the worst of it. Temperature should be manageable now. Speed bump!
I need help here.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
I hope the Angara know we're nothing like the Ket. I wouldn't want them as an enemy.
They're a tough bunch.
I, and many others, have never known a world without Ket. The Resistance fights so our children may one day be free.
Let's do this!
Targets eliminated.
Why were Angara attacking us?
Pathfinder, I detected a data pad nearby. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Manual says the Nomad's good for all weather conditions, but they did those tests in the Milky Way.
I swear I will turn this car around.
My sensors read a mineral not found in my database, Pathfinder.
That's something we can scan for Chief Lucan?
It would improve his geophysics VI considerably.
Look, the Ket set up camp.
You are so bold on the battlefield, yet light on your feet. Like a dance.
You pick up a lot of skills working the angles. Yeah, I've been known to tango now and then. Took one out.
I'm reading a temperature decrease.
Our histories say there were once flowers or meadows unfold. Colors we didn't have names for.
Whatever you think of it, this is a beautiful planet.
I would not like to be lost out here on my own.
As I've been reading Milky Way history, I'm coming to think it would be difficult to trust Zerarians.
They're the same as the rest of us. Gotta take the good with the bad.
Another memory trigger?
Yes, though my memory array remains locked. Additional triggers are required.
hear the researchers here drill into the ice in order to study it.
Someone around here probably knows what that ice is for.
Now I'm thinking about that one job I did, drilling for Ezo on an ice planet.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station. Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder. Environmental temperatures are within.
Looks like an Angaran settlement.
Let's see if someone here needs help.
Life support is
I'm
stable.
pretty sure there's something here.
Ah,
They'll
the
probably get
alien.
by the skirt.
We heard reports.
The microbe
Can't
variety
imagine
of the top
anything
layer
here
is
interests
completely
you.
different. They contain traces of 4 different radioactive
Just exploring to
isotopes.
familiarize myself, or see if someone needs help.
Now try Skiot if you haven't already spoken to him. He's been looking for someone to help him. Now, is there anything you need from me?
You were saying something about ice talkers?
Huh? Don't let anyone hear you. Stupid story that started years ago when Dinor and I were students in Australia. Talk to Dinor. He knows more about how that tale spread.
What are you doing with this giant block of ice?
That was cut out from below Hijara. We're right above an inland sea and the ice goes deep. Very deep. Everything under the first layer was perfectly preserved from a time before the Scourge. There's a lot we can learn from the composition of the deeper layers. Microbes, ancient life forms, all untouched by the Scourge.
I won't disturb your work.
Only the cat showed us the same courtesy.
This isn't Haval. You spend too long out there in the dark, you'll get weak, sick, or worse.
It's bad. I get it. How do I stay alive?
The moment you see sunlight, break cover. Soak up all the rays you can.
I'll be a target.
Not for long. You'll get a lot from just 5 minutes of exposure. After that, get back under cover.
The human is listening to us.
You here to learn survival tips from old Percy?
Why does your kind need the sun?
We draw nourishment from solar radiation, keeps us sharp. Even healed minor injuries.
But we have to keep out of sight, or the cat will spot us.
If you go too long without sunlight, do you get sick?
Lack of regular exposure puts our bodies under stress. Too much of that, and we're no use to anyone.
Have to keep my strength up for the resistance.
You sound like an expert, and I'd like to survive.
What I can teach wouldn't help. Different biology.
Your body can't store a charge.
Good luck out there.
I'm ready to go, Passy.
Not so fast. You still don't know how to read a weather pattern.
Did you extract the metal from that sample we
Well,
took?
I haven't seen many of your kind around here, but I've heard lots about the Pathfinder from my friends on Aya.
All good things, I hope.
I have a good feeling about that
far.
site.
Do you get much business out here?
I do all right. The trick is to not stay in one place too long. I travel between here and Techix. Sometimes I even make it up to the Resistance camp.
Isn't that dangerous with the cat all around?
I've had a few close calls, but they haven't caught me yet. The stars are on my side.
I'll take a look at your stock.
Got plenty of supplies.
heard there was an alien lurking about the place. Don't try to start something. We're all combat trained by the Resistance and prepared to die. And try not to disturb our data probes. Our research is valuable, though it may not mean much to you.
Takes guts to be stationed out here alone.
They only send scientists who can handle themselves in a fight. Since the Resistance can't always protect us, we protect ourselves.
Are you in charge here?
Lead researcher. Worked as a seismologist on Aya before I volunteered for Hijara.
You volunteered?
We all did. Aya is fine, but all that green gets boring. I can't speak for the rest, but I came here for the adventure. So far, Vold has lived up to my expectations. Always a new mountain to scale.
How long has this station been around?
Only a few years. This used to be Ket territory before the Resistance pushed them out. We've discovered a wealth of resources the Ket protected out here. Metals, minerals, even a new species of edible cold-weather fungus.
All that was hidden under the ice?
And more. We've only scratched the surface.
I'll come back if I need anything.
I'll be here.
We can't just attack an entire Ket base.
You're that alien people have been talking about. Some say we can't trust you. But if you're here to fight Ket, that's good enough for me.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
Ket kill people. They take our families and we never see them again. Anyone who fights against that has to be better than them. So, will you fight them? I know the location of the labor camp where they took my uncle.
What's a Ket labor camp for?
Different things. They put people in cages there. Sometimes they make them work. Sometimes they collect Angara, and once they have enough, they move them. And sometimes they just kill them. My father died that way.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Make sure I don't lose more family.
I'll get your uncle.
Here's the nav point of the labor camp. Please hurry. Nilj may not have much time.
How's the dig going?
We can't get deep enough to take a proper sample.
Someone said they saw an alien arrive at the Resistance base.
Finished days ago.
Now here you
Try
are.
asking Armor
I wish I
about
could talk. But I gotta get this sky-cursed piece of junk working. It's been picking up weird interference for days. I can't transmit data to our colleagues in Talara.
Is there something I can do?
Maybe. I didn't think you'd be familiar with our machines. Oh, I need to take a break before I kill someone. If you want, feel free to poke around.
High-powered communications array. Most likely for planet-wide communications.
Makes sense. Anything on that interference the researcher talked about?
I am detecting a signal. It is faint, but this equipment is sensitive. Pathfinder, I also observe a regular pattern in this emitted signal. It may be artificial.
You don't mean Ket? Are you saying the Ket are disrupting our comms? We must look into this. Why did you come to Helios?
General you or personal you?
You, Vedra. Personally.
Same reason everyone else did. Bought the pitch.
Must have been an impressive pitch. Was it worth it?
It better be.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Heads up, looks like a Ket construct. Got them all.
Right away!
I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
What you said is true, Vedra. In my lifetime, I've known only war, occupation, extermination.
We're going to change that, Jal.
Activating automated forward station deployment. Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
Heads up, looks like a Ket construct. Got the signal. This way. This is the source of that interference? Looks like a meteorite.
The interference is caused by the EM radiation it's emitting. I detect that...
Adhi, talk later.
Here they come!
The signal emitted by that meteorite might be drawing the Ardi, as well as driving them into a frenzy.
How do we shut it off?
Perhaps the scan will tell us more, Pathfinder. Pathfinder, I can modify your Omni tool to dampen the signal.
Hostiles! Those Adhi really have it out for us.
Adhi don't normally act like this. Something's made them angry.
We are close to the source of the signal. Perhaps something about the frequency causes agitation in the position.
Ryder, the Angara call this a scourge gem. They pass through the scourge and pick up something of its nature. No two are exactly alike. Some of them are quite beautiful and quite dangerous.
I suggest we return it to the Nexus for analysis. We could learn more about the Scourge.
True. Disrupting comms, driving wildlife into a frenzy. There's too much here to ignore. We need to study it. Hopefully, the Hajara scientists won't have any more trouble with their comms.
Get machinery, Ryder. We should be careful.
Coming through!
Pathfinder, a remnant site is ahead. Defense systems may be active.
I sense you don't trust me, Veteran Nix.
Where are you getting that?
You seem distant. You don't meet my eyes.
I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest?
Of course.
I don't really know you yet. We're the aliens here, and I wouldn't be surprised if you resented that.
So, you act like you don't like me because you're not sure if I like you.
That kinda covers it.
No, I don't resent you. And what I know so far, I like. Does that make things easier?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Approaching a resistance emergency medical cache, Pathfinder.
1 down, 2 to go.
Ket, on approach. It's a Ket ambush!
Probably expected someone injured or dying.
Despicable!
Did your people have plans to settle here? You seem easily affected by the cold.
I wonder if we'll ever see a so-called golden world that won't be complete death to live on.
Were you evading my question about the... Krogan rebellion?
Okay, let's just put it out there. Yes, the Turians did deploy the genophage against...
Those power lines go up. We'll have to find a way around. No way up this mountain.
Smoking hole.
Loading ammo!
That's it for now.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support at 100%. I'm reading a temperature decrease. I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
That's 2 of them.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Is she alright?
She has lost a lot of blood.
Aroshenav, sister. Help is here.
I couldn't stop the bleeding. The supply crate was empty.
You're still with us, that's good. Breathing, talking, also good. We've got the supplies to fix everything else.
You have the medical supplies with you? Thank the stars. Leave them in the cache and I can help myself. You need to get supplies to the other locations. There may be others like me, in dire need.
If you're all right, I'll get going.
Go. Go. Thank you. And inside of Enduri. Whoever you are.
Ryder.
Ryder. I'll remember that. I hope to see you again, Ryder.
What sort of thing is that to say to someone?
I see it in your eyes.
So just because it's true, you can say it out loud?
I've offended.
I'm not offended. I just want this conversation to be over.
I've hurt you.
I said over.
Activating automated forward station deployment.
That's a steep drop, Ryder.
Relax, I got this.
I have always liked Vold. It is harsh, but beautiful.
Outside temperature is in free fall. Life support restored. Undocumented mineral nearby, Pathfinder.
Cache restocked. Got them all.
On to the next one.
We're not getting in there with that shield in place.
Resistance medical cache up ahead, Pathfinder. I'm reading a severe temperature drop.
The Turians have compulsory military service. Is that right?
Most. I didn't. My father took us from Palaven before I came of age. Maybe it's good not to learn exactly the same thing as everyone else.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
Guess we need more of those pictures.
Wonder if I'd get anything on the scanner. That's enough.
The interface failed, Pathfinder. It appears that was incorrect.
That did it.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
I asked about your fear of Sid dying, because we call that Dosashan. It means good fear, or maybe noble fear.
You see fear as good?
Fearing things that should be feared keeps you alive. It's good. Your struggle here is driven by Dosashan. The same as when we fight the Ket, but embracing Dosashan, not letting it hold you down. That's courage. You were courageous to come here, Vetranix.
You and your sister.
Wow. Thank you.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
I'm glad that we were able to overcome our awkward feelings and become better friends.
Sure. Me too, Jal.
So, what do you like to do for fun?
This.
Yes, but no. For fun.
This.
For fun?
Yes. What makes you think I'm not having fun?
Friendship is hard work.
detecting pet technology here. Shooting the device will destroy it. That device was feeding data externally.
To where?
I can't determine that. However, there may be devices at other remnant locations. You should now be able to interface, Pathfinder. Interface failed, Pathfinder. Defense systems engaging.
Got it.
Have a fondness for large weapons. Seems impractical.
It's not about practicality. Half the battle's about intimidation.
Ah, yes. The Frumfrav do that exact thing.
The what?
Frumfrav. Tiny, timid creatures. When disturbed, they puff up and screech to scare away attackers.
You're joking. There's no such thing.
Would I lie?